Hello. Hello and welcome to a brand new synth soundset walkthrough. Now this is going to be the first of 4 that I'm going to be releasing, that I'm going to be doing on my YouTube channel the next day or so, for a project I've called Humankind. Now let me tell you a bit more about Humankind before you hear any sounds. Humankind is a collection of 4 smaller synth soundsets, one for Absynth, which you can see on the screen in front of you, Massive, Omnisphere and Trillion. Now these are limited edition synth soundsets in that they're only going to be available for a month, starting on Friday the 6th of December, and they're also in aid of Oxfam. Now how that will work is that 50% of all sales proceeds, well at least 50% of all sale proceeds will be going to Oxfam. I say at least because I will be creating an option where you can basically pay what you want. The normal price will be $9.99 for 64 patches, but you will be able to pay more than the $9.99 if you wish to donate more money to Oxfam, which I would recommend because they're wonderful. But, you know, that's entirely up to you, and you certainly don't have to do that. Okay, so that's the Humankind project. Let's get on with some of these sounds. I apologise in advance if this walkthrough goes weird at any point, but I am suffering rather hugely from jet lag at the moment, having just flown in from America yesterday. So actually, this one will probably be fine. It's when we get to the 4th one, Trillion, in a little while that's probably where it will go a bit mental. Okay, so let's kick things off with some piano and keys sounds and see what we've got. So Absynth is good at doing those sort of weird crystalline patches that other synths just don't seem to be able to achieve. If you're not using Absynth in your music, and you do own Absynth, then you're missing a trick, really, because it just really does do stuff that other synths don't come close to. Well, I know it can look a bit complex, and also, you know, the GUI is a bit fiddly in some places, but the sounds you can produce are amazing. So there's some piano and key sounds. We'll move on to the leads, where we've probably got some of those in there as well, but let's have a look what we've got. I think the key to Absynth's quality is that blend of synthesis and sampling. I haven't created any new samples for this set, and that is a project I've got in... I haven't really started it yet, but I will be doing an Absynth sound set where I'm actually using my own samples. Next year, anyway, at some point. I'm not going to commit to anything more than just next year at this stage. That's one of my favourite things that Absynth does, is just the ability to create those drifting, extraordinary, sort of out of tune but somehow still in tune sounds that I love. Okay, so we've moved on to some pads now, which is one of Absynth's strengths, I think. And you can just hold down 4 notes like I am now, and just beautiful motions available to you. It just evolves and evolves and evolves. I do quite like this one. This is one of my favourite patches. actually created this patch after watching a film called A Field in England. I don't know whether you've seen it, but there's this one scene halfway through where one of the characters appears out of a tent with an extraordinary expression on his face, and there's this wonderful... It's both soft and also aggressive at the same time, this pad sound that's on there, and this is my homage to it rather than it being a recreation. And I recommend seeing the film if you haven't seen it. It's a bit weird, but then I like weird things. This again is just me holding down 4 notes, playing a C minor chord, and just letting the patch do its thing, really. What's not to love about that? So as you can see, there's lots of ambient experimental patches in here. There's stuff you can leave working in the background of a track, or even that you can build a track around just that sort of subtle shifting movement stuff that just adds a little extra to what you're already working on. Or if ambient is genuinely your thing, then you can just dive straight in and just use the sounds as they are and make them the feature of your track. Why not? Why not do that? So we're now on to some of the sequenced style sounds where there's a level of tempo syncing going on, whether it's subtle or aggressive. So this is one of those patches where it's very subtle. It's essentially more of a pad, but it's got little rhythmic elements going on in there. This is actually quite a fun process for me because I've been away for a couple of weeks, so I haven't actually touched any of these sounds for a while, and I'm kind of relearning them, which is quite exciting. And I highly recommend checking out the SoundCloud page, the unfinished SoundCloud page, because I've got some really, really awesome demos for all these sounds. The Absynth ones are great. I've been lucky enough to have some really talented guys put together some tracks for me. Okay, basses. And some might think that bass isn't really Absynth's thing as such. Will you be wrong, my friend? No, there is. It does have that ability to do some really nice, dirty, squelchy bass sounds and bass lines, if you know what you're doing. Like this one. Tuberculosis, what a charmingly named patch. Oh, well, that's why. Because it sounds a bit like a TB303. Okay, I told you I'd forgotten half of these patches. Okay, have we got any drums or percussion stuff? I think we just played that one, did we? Yes. Excuse me. Vocal patches, no. Okay, so soundscapes. There's quite a few soundscapes in here, so let's just go a few of those. This is another strength of Absynth, obviously, because you have that blend of synthesis and sampling. The soundscape stuff it's not easy, but it is it's geared to doing these kind of subtle, wandering sounds. Oddly enough, I've actually started listening to quite a lot of darker, techier, ambient styles of music recently. There's a really great website called Headphone Commute, which I recommend checking out because it reviews a lot of very interesting underground music. There's a lot of ambient stuff on there, a lot of electronica, a lot of cinematic stuff, neoclassical even. It just focuses on a lot of interesting different types of music that kind of sits under the radar. And you know, this is the sort of sound set that actually does that kind of thing quite well. There's darker stuff, there's lighter stuff. It's sound designy, it's synthy. There's a lot going on in just 64 patches, to be honest. That's a slightly creepy one. I'm gonna stop playing that, that's freaking me out. Okay. Okay, and one last patch. So it's part soundscape, part sequence, that one. Ooh, that's a bit of a weird one. Metallic, industrial, odd. Okay, so that's a quick look through, reasonably quick look through the Absynth patches. I will be going through the other three sound sets later separately. So hope you heard some stuff you liked there. I think it's a really cool collection of noises to enhance your tracks. And it's also a wonderful project because as well as buying synth sounds, you are donating money to a charity, which I think is always a worthwhile cause. So please check out my website, www.theunfinished.co.uk, to find out more about the Humankind project and the 4 sound sets that are being released as part of it, and also a bit more about Oxfam. And I hope you'll support both the sounds and the charity and get involved. So cheers for listening, and hope you look forward to the next few sound set walkthroughs I'm going to be doing. Okay, cheers. Bye.